was really visually interesting. They have a lot of fun with colored and colored lighting in this one. You could almost argue that the colored lights are their own character. There's just this theme of the red, the green, the blue, the primaries just throughout the whole thing. But they do a lot of other interesting things with the cinematography, indoors and outdoors, and using silhouettes and shapes. And they just do a great job at painting this picture throughout the video.
I thought this was really, really interesting to watch. I loved the colors that they were choosing, like that they chose, with like the kind of red and silver, and then later on like the red and the green. I thought that those were really interesting choices, and the way that they ended up playing with them throughout was really, really fun. I loved the transitions. I thought the transitions were so well done. And then as you kind of get more into it, the two different like kind of couples, as it were like directly at odds with each other. And I loved that they kind of how they started off and how they played off of each other. The chemistry felt really, really authentic, and how it just kind of like evolved and and the kind of switching between was really, really well done.
The set design was amazing on this, and the locations and the bold lighting throughout that really signaled that transformation from a healthy functioning relationship to this physical embodiment of the aggression and the miscommunication of the ego. I thought that really bold lighting captured that super well, and it automatically transported me. The dancers were incredible, and there's a lot of bravery and skill in all of their work. They worked incredibly together, and I also really enjoyed the device of the transition, the moving transition from one segment to the next. They had the device of the journey from the mouth, the water glass, and the coffee cup. Those were really cool, and I haven't seen that done so successfully before.
This was a really creative and original film. I think my favorite part was the use of the transitions to get from one scene to the other. It was just done so fluidly and in such a really creative way by using either the coffee cup or the coffee in the coffee cup or his open mouth to kind of just bring you into the next scene. The performers did an absolutely incredible job. I loved seeing the contrast between this really loving, soft, gentle, happy couple next to a couple with aggression and frustration and miscommunication and all of these things that the ego can represent. The lighting cues visually really were effective too in showing you knew which couple was which.
I love the intro into ego right away, the flashing, wobbling movement of the letters, the blackness of the coffee, the blueness of the pool, the connectedness of everything. I loved how savage the fight for the remote became. The song was breathtaking enough without the added ballet. The film, I thought, was a complete picture of good and bad sides to relationships. I felt like that was what the couples were representing, because towards the end they really showed that it could go either way for either couple. I like how dimensional, how double-sided the film was. I like the stories being told and the fact that they seem to be told backwards. That was effective for me, and it worked. And my favorite choreography was actually the flirtation on the train. Very playful, cute, performed very skillfully, and I was truly captivated.
It's a very dynamic and creative project. A lot of different sets and emotions and creativity involved.
This one is beautiful. It's so gorgeous. It's probably probably the most visually striking one of the bunch, just because it's, the different sets with the different, colored lighting that's constantly changing, as well as, the pro mist filter and everything that's like just on it, creating this like dreamlike atmosphere where one scene kind of blends into another one, and it's just really, really great. I loved how that aspect just helped, it forced the reader to, the viewer to stay focused on exactly what the filmmaker wanted you to, and the chemistry between the two actors was also very dynamic.
The music definitely reflects their moods well. Also, there's often a harsher and harder and more pointed beats and rhythmic sounds to the disruptive couple, and the more loving couple has more light and flowy music that backdrops their scenes together.